Hello, today our topic is respiration and circulation. Food is broken down into smaller and soluble molecules in the digestive system. The digested food is then transported in the blood to the cells in the other parts of the body. To make use of the energy stored in digested food, cells must be able to release the energy from the food. The process by which energy is released from glucose or other food molecules in the cells of living things is called cellular respiration. During aerobic cellular respiration, glucose reacts with oxygen in the cells to release energy gradually and in a controlled manner. The energy released is used by the cells and tissues to keep alive and function properly. Carbon dioxide and water are the waste products formed. Aerobic cellular respiration is a series of chemical reactions, but the process can be summarized by the word equation below. Oxygen is needed by cells for aerobic cellular respiration, while carbon dioxide and water vapor are given out as waste products. Unlike respiration, breathing is a physical process. While oxygen and carbon dioxide diffuse in and out of plants through the stomata, human beings have respiratory systems to help us with the exchange of gases between the bodies and their surroundings. When you inhale, breathe in, air enters the trachea, windpipe, through your nostrils. The trachea divides into two tubes called the bronchi, one to each lung. The bronchi then divide into smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles, which end at the air sacs, or alveoli. The alveoli provide a large surface area for the exchange of gases between the blood and the air. Each alveolus is surrounded by many capillaries, tiny blood vessels. The very thin walls and large surface area of the alveoli and numerous capillaries surrounding them enable gases to be exchanged quickly and efficiently. Oxygen in the inhaled air diffuses from the alveoli to the blood in the capillaries. The blood then carries the oxygen to the cells in the other parts of the body. The waste product of respiration, carbon dioxide, diffuses from the blood to the lungs through the capillaries surrounding the alveoli. It leaves the body through the bronchi and trachea when you exhale, breathe out. Animals such as mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians breathe through special organs called lungs. Fish breathe through gills, while insects breathe through holes in their bodies called spiracles. Gently feel your ribs as you breathe in and out, deeply and slowly. What happened to your ribs when you inhale and exhale? When you inhale, the ribs swing upwards and outwards, and the diaphragm, a sheet of muscle, contracts and flattens. The lungs expand and air is drawn in from outside the body into the lungs. When you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and arches upwards. The ribs move inwards and downwards. The lungs become smaller and air is forced out of the lungs into the surroundings. Inhaled air has a higher concentration of oxygen than exhaled air, since oxygen is used up during respiration. Exhaled air has a higher concentration of carbon dioxide than inhaled air, since it turns lime water milky, but inhaled air does not. Did you find that exhaled air is warmer than the inhaled air? This is because energy is released during respiration. A mist of tiny water droplets forms on the cool mirror surface when you breathe out on it. Water is a product of aerobic cellular respiration, and the water droplets came from the water vapor in your breath, which has condensed on the cool mirror surface. This means that exhaled air has more water vapor than the inhaled air. Human beings have transport system called the blood circulatory system to carry useful materials to where they're needed and waste materials from where they're produced to the parts of the body which remove them. The blood circulatory system of human being is made up of heart, blood, and blood vessels. The heart is a muscular organ which pushes blood round the whole body by contraction and relaxation of its muscles. The human heart is about the size of a clenched fist and is located between the lungs in the body. It is made up of mainly muscles and connective tissues. The human heart has 4 chambers, 2 on each side. The 2 smaller upper chambers are called atria, and the 2 larger lower chambers are called ventricles. The right side of the heart receives deoxygenated blood poor in oxygen from different parts of the body. It then pumps it to the lungs where carbon dioxide produced by respiration is removed from the body and oxygen from the air is absorbed into the bloodstream. The left side of the heart receives oxygenated blood rich in oxygen, from the lungs and pumps it to the rest of the body. Blood vessels are tubes through which blood flows. Arteries are blood vessels which carry blood away from the heart to the other parts of the body. All arteries other than those which carry blood to the lungs from the heart carry blood rich in oxygen. Arteries split into smaller and smaller arteries, which divide into many tiny blood vessels called capillaries. The main function of the capillaries is to deliver oxygen, digested food, and other substances to cells all over the body, and to collect materials from them. Capillary walls are very thin. This makes it easier for substances to diffuse across the capillary walls to the cells. The capillaries gradually join up with one another to form larger blood vessels called veins. Veins carry blood back to the heart. Fill 5 1-liter bottles with some red-colored water. This is the average volume of blood in the body of a human adult. Blood is a mixture of red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets suspended in a pale yellow liquid called plasma. Red blood cells contain hemoglobin, which is a protein containing iron. Hemoglobin is red in color. It combines readily but loosely with oxygen as it flows through the lungs. As it passes through the capillaries, it gives up its oxygen to the cells for respiration. Plasma makes up more than half of the total blood volume. It is made up of mostly water and contains dissolved substances such as digested food, minerals, carbon dioxide, hormones, and other materials. Plasma leaks out through the capillary walls as blood flows through the capillaries. The plasma that leaks out fills up the space between the cells close to the capillaries and carries substances between the blood and the cells. Oxygen and nutrients needed by the cells move from the blood to the cells. Carbon dioxide and other waste substances move from the cells to the blood. The white blood cells and platelets in the blood do not transport materials. White blood cells protect us against diseases by attacking and destroying germs which cause diseases. Platelets help in the clotting of blood. Driven by the heart, blood circulates in the body to the different organs and tissues through the blood vessels. This diagram is a simplified diagram of blood circulation in the human body. Beginning from the right side of the heart pumps blood out of it along the pulmonary arteries to the lungs. In the lungs, the blood collects oxygen from the inhaled air and gives up its carbon dioxide. The oxygenated blood from the lungs returns to the left side of the heart by flowing through the pulmonary veins. The left side of the heart then pumps the oxygenated blood out to all other parts of the body except the lungs through the arteries. The blood flows along the arteries into the capillaries. Exchange of gases, nutrients, minerals, and waste products take place between the cells and the blood through the thin walls of the capillaries. The capillaries join up to form veins, which carry the deoxygenated blood back to the right side of the heart. As you've seen, the blood, circulatory, respiratory, and digestive systems work closely with one another to ensure our survival. For example, if the heart fails to work efficiently, the cells will be starved of oxygen and nutrients. This can affect the health and even the survival of a person. The organ systems do not work alone. They interact with one another to make sure that the whole organism functions smoothly and efficiently.